So looking back at yesterday's in-class assignment, real quick, this is a good way to show you why, like angle 4 and 6, for example, they're not congruent. 6 is acute, 4 is obtuse. So this will show you why they combine to equal 180 degrees. If we cut out the part with angle 4 and angle 6, we can tell when they're separated like this that they're not congruent because acute, obtuse. But when we connect them, they will form a straight line, which we know that if an angle opens up like this so that it's flat, it's 180 degrees. Moving on to today's stuff, very similar to 3.1, except now we are working with interior angles of triangles, as well as exterior. This we should have kind of noticed from our triangle cutout activity. If X, Y, and Z are 3 angles in a triangle, inside of a triangle, so interior angles, if you add those up, your sum will be 180 degrees. Here's an example with just kind of normal degrees as the angles, and then one over here actually has like a mathematical expression, so you have to work with some variables during this. Combine like terms, solve equations, stuff that we've already covered. So number 1, they're asking you to solve for that missing angle X. Well, total interior of the triangle has to be 180 degrees, so start with that. Subtract the 81, subtract the 25, and that will tell you what X has to be. The second one we might have to solve a little bit differently. So one of the angles is X. Plus, so here's one of the angles, X minus 35 is the second angle, and then add .43 because it's the third angle, and these 3 angles, so angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3, should add up to 180 degrees. Now we just work through and solve for X. X box plus X box, that would be 2 X boxes. Temperature sentence here, it's negative 35 degrees. Gets 43 degrees warmer. Probably the easiest way to do this one in your head is just say the temperature is going to end up in the positives. So this will be a plus sign here. I know that because negative 35 plus 35 would get me back to 0. So plus 43, so warming up 43 degrees will get me into the positives. The difference between these two numbers would be 8. So I know that I'm going to go 8 degrees above 0. From here, it's just a normal equation where you're trying to isolate the variable. Turn that into 0. Whatever I do to this side, I do to this side. This 2x just swoops down. (2x) equals 172, so I'm going to have to divide both sides by 2, so half of 172. How would I do this one? Half of 160 would be 80. Half of 12 would be 6. So 86. We're going to pause here. We're going to take x equals 86. Plug it back into this triangle and see if it works out to form 180 degrees.